18-25, 25-22, and 25-20 win, and in the process handed out Charitigo's first loss in 3 games. Dindin Manabat delivered a vintage performance, turning in 21 points on the back of 16 attacks, 4 blocks, and an ace. Young sensation Faith Disperos backstopped her Ate Dindin with 17 markers. The two combined for 9 of the Chargers' 14 blocks in the game. With this, both Akari and Cheritigo have identical win-loss records. More PVL All-Filipino Conference action happens this Thursday at the Inares Center in Antipolo. The Jerflor defenders look to barge into the winning column against defending champions Creamline Cool Smashers at 2 p.m. Akari plunges right back into it with a 4 p.m. game against Farm Fresh. And the Signal HD Spikers and Chocomucho Flying Titans race for win number 2 at 6 p.m. Catch those games live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. The Philippines has barged into the gold medal column in the Asian Para Games in China. Para swimmers, Ernie Gawilan notched the country's first gold after ruling the men's 400-meter freestyle event. Gawilan was able to defend his top place in the event with a time of 4 minutes and 58.29 seconds. He was almost 14 seconds ahead of the silver winner from Singapore. This is the athlete's second medal in the 2023 Games after winning a bronze in the 200-meter individual medley. So far, the Philippines has a total of 4 medals, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronzes. Veteran guard Chris Ross is taking on a new role for the San Miguel Beermen franchise. Ross was appointed playing assistant coach by the SMB management. The 38-year-old Cager said he was informed of his new job less than a week ago. He has since gone to 1 meeting of coaches as San Miguel continues its build-up for the coming PBA Commissioner's Cup. Despite his new appointment, the 9-time champion still intends to play for at most 2 years. Ross is now entering his 14th season in the PBA, 10 seasons of which were spent with San Miguel. Days after coming home to the Philippines, Robert Bolick's PBA return is imminent. The Northport Batampier is negotiating with Bolick's camp to possibly have him back on the team. This was revealed by Batampier coach Bonnie Tan himself. The development came less than a week since Bolick was released by Japan B-League team of Fukushima Firebonds upon his request. Northport retains Bolick's rights even after playing overseas per PBA rules. The team, though, is tempering expectations for now as talks are still ongoing. Earlier reports said Bolick chose to return home to tend to his pregnant wife. Bolick has blossomed to a star with Northport averaging 17 points in 4 years there. We're taking a timeout. The game on One News now will return after a quick break. Stay tuned. You're still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Thanks for joining us. De La Salle Green Archer Kevin Quiambao and Ateneo Lady Eagle Casey Dela Rosa lead the MVP race in the UAAP men's and women's basketball tournament. Quiambao has an average of 17 points, close to 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal after the first round of UAAP men's hoops action. This gave him 84.7 statistical points as the Archers cruised to a 4-3 record after round 1. Trailing him are reigning MVP Bolick of the UP Fighting Maroons, La Salle teammate Evan Nelly, UE's Ray Remogat, and FEU's LJ Gonzalez. In women's play, De La Rosa notched 85 SPs on the back of averages of 18 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2.4 blocks. With a stellar play, the Lady Eagles are 4th in the standings with a 5-2 record. Josie Caputo of FEU, Kent Pastrana of UST, Favor Ono of UP, and De La Rosa's Ateneo teammate Junice Calago round out the top 5. An almost 3,000-kilometer race in Australia is featuring solar-powered cars. And it is bringing together teams from across the world in a glimpse of what the future holds for racing. Watch this.
These electric cars are racing against each other across the Australian outback, powered only by the energy of the sun. The Bridgestone World Solar Challenge brings together teams from across the world to take part in an over 1,800-mile-long race and push the limits of technological innovation.
So we're driving forward efficient car design, and we're also driving forward solar technology and electrical efficiency in general.
The challenge starts in Darwin and finishes in Adelaide about 5 days later, with the cars expected to cover the course in 50 hours. Teams are usually comprised of university students who engineer and build the vehicles. One of the participating teams are from Durham University. Catherine Flanders is the head of logistics for the team.
So we don't have any air conditioning in our car, so the estimate is that our car is roughly 10 degrees warmer than the outside air temperature, which puts the inside of the car about 50 degrees C. Obviously it's very warm. We have an air vent that keeps you cool, but you're so focused on what you're doing that you don't really notice the heat until you're out of it again.
The event is designed to showcase a variety of forward-looking EV technologies. This year, prototype Bridgestone tyres are being tested. They're designed to reduce the rolling resistance for electric vehicles, increasing range. Organisers and participants say what began in 1987 as a rather quirky challenge is now more relevant than ever as the car industry looks for efficiency in electric vehicle range, power and charging. Here's event director Chris Selwood.
The event, I believe, is as relevant today, if not more so, than it was in the early days. Why are we still playing with solar cars? Because the quest for efficiency never ends. And what we're doing now with our cruiser class cars, and you'll see some of these cars look quite nice sports cars. I introduced that in 2013, the cruiser class, the link between the purely experimental, ultra efficient Challenger cars to something that the general public can look at and identify with and say, I'd like to drive a car like that one day.
Saudi Arabia is launching an annual Esports World Cup where clubs compete across games of various genres. A main draw is the largest prize pool in the sport's history. Check out this Reuters video.
This is going to be more than a dozen games. It's going to be grand. It's going to be super big in terms of that scale. For teams, for clubs, it brings a cross-game competition. That means as a club I can not only win one discipline or be great in one game, and for the players there is literally life-changing prize money. You can make a great living out of video games and esports these days. You can almost get rich, but not to the places where traditional sports is yet. And to really up-level that, to create that additional incentive for the players, beyond the bragging rights is one of the important features of the Esports World Cup.
Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the day continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.